I'm Art Malkov, Head of Growth and CMO at IoTeX. A little bit about IoTeX. We are IoT and blockchain company, so perfect for this discussion. And I was very excited to be on the panel. I was invited, and I said, I have to be here. This looks incredible. And therefore, here I am. And a little bit about IoTeX. We are the leader in blockchain and IoT integration, and I'll walk you through what we've been doing, how the space looks, and why blockchain and IT can unlock $1 trillion in value. So let's take a look. So this is our vision of what it could be possible, which is MachineFi. So MachineFi is very much about coming economy. There will be commerce or trade, if you will, and there'll be machine-to-machine, machine-to-human communication, and all that is actually part of MachineFi. So MachineFi is just one giant opportunity for the world to really experience the future. So according to McKinsey report that just came out about a month ago, there is $12.6 trillion that is being currently up for grabs among the IoT and smart machines and machine-to-machine economy. So we're very thrilled to be part of it. And I'll tell you more on who we are. So let's start with IoTeX team. So this team is stacked. So I have joined IoTeX for the big part because I believe the founders have an amazing view of what's possible. And to give you a little bit more of understanding, the team of IoTeX brings different skills and experience that comes from DeFi, IoT. For example, our CEO and co-founder, Roland Chai, he was a head of cryptography and research and development at Uber. Yes, the very Uber, yes. And then he was security engineering lead at Google about cryptography as well. So it's awesome. Then we have Xinshen Fan, who's PhD in cryptography from University of Waterloo. He has 15 patents filed in information on security technologies. In fact, he's right now leading a work group we just announced 2 days ago with IEEE, that has names such as Ericsson, Lenovo, Huawei, and many more. Bosch it's incredibly strong team. So I'm thrilled to build the future together with such team because there's so much to do, there's so much to unpack, there's so much to explore, and this is a perfect team to do it. So for me, IoTeX has been a very interesting and fascinating journey. So let's continue. So what's so exciting about it? So I'll give you a quick roadmap and the major milestones that IoTeX have hit, and I'm really gonna keep it brief. So it was founded in 2017. At the time, the blockchain and IoT space was pretty nascent. And over time, we have grown very rapidly. So for example, in 2019, we launched our mainnet. In 2020, we launched the first IoT-powered blockchain camera that actually won CES Innovation Award, the biggest consumer electronics show in the world. The blockchain camera won an award. That wasn't unheard of. So this is really making the major steps. Then we launched our decentralized exchange. A year ago, we launched lots of different apps, developer tools, elements that need to maintain that ecosystem. This is very important. We have to have ecosystem to build the structure. To unlock that value of $1 trillion, we need to have the structure. And we recently got released at Coinbase, and really the next step for us is a MachineFi marketplace, which will allow people and app developers to bring machines, to take control of machines, to monetize machines all across the world. And in 2022, our vision is IoT and blockchain will start to merge much more so. And if you can look at machinefi.com, you can see more details. And yes, and so for example, we have grown very rapidly this year. That just shows that people are interested in the fusion of IoT and blockchain. We are the leader in IoT and blockchain, with live devices and blockchain, with lots of transactions. We're decentralized, which means people no longer curious, how can we do this? They see the value and they really want to be part of this transformation. So for us, it's all about ecosystem. And ultimately for IoT and blockchain, it's ecosystem, because you can just add complex technology on top of devices. You need to have an infrastructure, you need to have resources. And here's an example of our ecosystem. This is a lot of this project has been added in the last year and a half. As you can see, it has been growing at a rocket ship pace. We are trailblazing and providing tools that will be needed to support this machine economy. It's a from the ground up approach where we're building infrastructure. Anyone who has IoT project or blockchain project and want to combine it, they can come to us. If you have an IT project and you say, hey, how do I build on blockchain? We have infrastructure for you to build almost anything you want. So we have DeFi, games, tools, exchanges, enterprises, wallets, public chains, governance, you name it, we have it. So this is very important for us to really highlight, where we're going, and a little bit of why blockchain is such a strong concept and why we believe that we're much closer to that fusion than many people think. So with wider adoption of robotics, AI, and machine learning, human workers won't be obsolete, but the landscape will be different now. Machines will perform many of the jobs across all sectors of society in as little as 10 years from now. In fact, according to McKinsey report, they believe that there are going to be 100 billion smart devices by the end of 2030. And every day we're adding so many devices on. For every person, there will be 10 devices that need to communicate in some way. And if they don't communicate, we have a problem. And this is where MachineFi comes in. This is extremely important sector where it's, in fact, according to McKinsey report, once again, IoT value is set to accelerate through 2030. And this is where we can capture it. There will be $12 trillion up for grabs. And we believe blockchain will be essential element to capturing that value. It's a really machines. They're partially replacing what human can do. It's not a question of. So we believe that machine finance, where we to be autonomous, is going to be the next step. And so, sorry about that. So let's take a look. What does it mean? What does it really mean? So it's clear in the MachineFi economy already today. This is very important for me to emphasize. The kind of economy that they right now benefits only the big tech companies like Facebook, Google, Amazon, and other versions of big tech. All the economic benefits, and that works just great for them. But what about us? So really, Web 2 cannot power the upcoming massive economy of machines. And we call it Web 3. This is the kind of blockchain term, where you own your data, you get to monetize your data. It leads to monopolized ownership of the future workforce and absolutely doesn't support the critical pillars for new machine economy. And this is what has to change. So we're building the new pillars of machine economy. And this is going so other leaders in Web3 are creating this new ecosystem. And this is for you IoT folks as well to take a look at, because we're now providing tools and features that allow you to trust communication of machine to machine. We're solving the issues of enabling machines to operate as economic actors that can be trusted. This is a very important part. If you cannot trust somebody, you're not going to do business with them. If you're going to trust somebody, you're not going to have communication with them. But it also applies to the machines. If machines cannot talk to each other, how do they communicate? They can't. So that's it. We have silos of different devices. We have written the software rule book that incentivize machines and people to be able to securely do business and earn from commonplace activities like moving around a city, attending events, using preferred modes of transportation, or even playing NFT games. The list is ever expanding. There are so many opportunities and ways to engage with machines, engage with things around us. And IoTeX is the fastest growing decentralized engine, and we're building the platform, the layer really for anyone to build on. So I fully welcome everyone to try out and actually explore blockchain. Don't think that it's expensive. It's not anymore. It's very affordable and it's scalable. For $1, you can do up to 5,000 transactions. That's how scalable it is. The big problem with blockchain used to be it was too expensive. That's no longer the case. It's very affordable and it allows you to add value. And the best part, finality is under 5 seconds. So machines can interact with each other very quickly and cheaply. An affordable part is very important. So we have really looking to tap into the future. And we're making it possible for people to form communities that own machine networks that are economic engines for public good. That's how big but completely doable our vision is for what's coming. It's exciting. So yes. So what does it do? Why machines? You probably heard of Metaverse from Facebook before, but why? How does it apply to machines? Guess what? It does. It applies in many different ways, and this new machine-based economy will be at the center of our lives. The spokes of the MachineFi wheel will include the number one, the Metaverse, where the real world is mirrored online or affects that of the Metaverse in different ways. Different actors benefit from it. So there is that ongoing loop that's happening. Then there's going to be community-owned machine networks. Imagine a community-owned self-driving car company. That is amazing, and it is coming. There are a lot of, it's called DAOs, decentralized organizations. And this is not a fad. People want to take control of their data. They want to take control of their owner, of their earning it from the data, and no longer large companies just fully benefiting from it. So your individually owned device that can be your economic agents, spinning some sort of income for you while you go about your daily life. As you're collecting the data, you actually can monetize the data, maybe providing for a hospital or a study, and really capture the value. So how do we do it? So the new engine of machine economy is composability, free market, and user as owner. You go, what is going on? What do you mean? What do you mean composability? What do you mean? So how do we get today's monopolies to the new MachineFi economy? And that's by giving things away. And that's maybe sounds crazy a little bit, but it will work by creating and giving away these tools to everyone to capture value. We create a broad open standard where builders can innovate and not be locked into a walled garden. This allows developers to leverage the work of others, how no longer the large company takes everything. We enable financial transactions that work across as many blockchains that abide by the same set of standards. So standards is very important. And free markets are also very important. And users are very important. And when you combine it, that's the machine economy. That's good for the other chains and really good for the people. And then we make sure that every person that control their own identity and economic rights, and they're incentivized to do business in this MachineFi marketplace. And you go, oh, fiction. I am not. Truth is, we are very, very close to it. So the reality is, as a new industry, MachineFi is well on its way. And look at this numbers comparing traditional to Web3 or MachineFi versions. DeFi, decentralized finance space, is worth 300 million in 2 years. It's already worth that. It's made it there. We're talking about ginormous pace in a span of 2 years. NFTs are expected to be worth. They are worth right now 200 billion in that space. It's happened in 1 year. We're talking about NFTs, the JPEGs that are on blockchain, worth 200 billion. That's a lot in less than 1 year. GameFi, in less than a year, it has been projected to be worth 100 billions, and it's already there. So it's really critical. And finally, social influencers are looking to be worth, unlock 70 billion in value as well. So all that is fantastic, but how does machines fit into it? And the traditional IoT device machines, that's where MachineFi comes in. So we can take DeFi, NFT, GameFi, and really power MachineFi. So don't be daunted. Graphically, there is a lot of things happening, but if you take a look at this graph, it shows real world, it shows Metaverse, it shows wallets, explorers, SDK. It all plays a role. And the Metaverse is just a layer. So blockchain is being powered by a blockchain requires fast speed, cheap transactions. And the beauty of that is it's already here. So the idea is how do we unlock that trillion value? And it's really becomes from machine to machine. It's we have to make sure they trust each other. We have to make sure they know where we're going. We have to make sure that machines actually know how to take proper steps. And we're launching TrueStream very soon. That's going to be something that stay tuned. Check out machinefi.com or IoTeX.io for more on that. And but the reality is these projects are really, we already have the infrastructure in place. We have a layer in place, and anybody can build on top of that. And the thing is, without the decentralized identity, DID, without that element, you cannot have MachineFi. So ultimately, we're working on that layer right now, and this is a very important part for us. So I would say in conclusion, what are we doing? How are we doing everything? The IoTeX doesn't want to create a walled garden where MachineFi is only possible in a singular economy. Really, IoTeX cross-chain capability allows any other ecosystem to bridge their assets, onboard their devices, and start contributing to the emerging multi-trillion-dollar machine economy. So this is a new concept, but it's a concept that's already here. We already have different parts that are placed together and working together, and we just got to connect them. So right now we have the separate parts, and IoTeX is building that layer, so anyone can build. MachineFi is about leading the way for this new reality where creators, developers, small businesses, and larger corporations can connect their physical devices with this digital world and monetize from the valuable data that they generate, and allowing people and individuals capture the data and actually be able to gain value, both from privacy and monetarily. The IoTeX ecosystem is developing the standards and protocols necessary for such machine economy to function and flourish. MachineFi takes in advancements in AI, robotics, automation, and smart manufacturing, and redistributes the generated wealth and opportunity to everyday people. Everyone can benefit. That's amazing. You can benefit. Your mother can benefit. Your relatives, your neighbors, everyone can benefit from this economy. And we're much closer to that than you think. So IoT smart devices will play a crucial role in Web3 and Metaverse. So now it's time to deliver ownership back to people. So away from big tech, and also big tech will realize at some point that maybe they cannot capture all the value. Maybe at some point they got to share. So wearables, autonomous cars, 3D printers, you really name it, we can capture the value. So it's computer building, robotic world, machine Turks, all that requires data, requires oracles, requires proper trust, and IoTeX is building it. And we can really unlock it and have people capture it. So to finish up, thank you very much. I think I'm right on time. So you can follow us. Our website is IoTeX.io. If you want to learn more about how you can build on top of it, please go to either machinefi.com or IoTeX.io and follow us on Twitter. Follow me at Twitter. You can reach me at art_Malkov on Twitter, and direct message me, say hi. You can also add me on LinkedIn, Art Malkov. So that was a pleasure, and thank you for having me. This was a real blast.